security situation. Ladies and gentlemen, arid and semi-arid lands cover over 80% of Kenya and hold about 60% of our livestock population. Approximately 14.6 million Kenyans who live in ASALs derive their livelihoods primarily from livestock sector, which contributes 12% to the country's GDP and employs 50% of agricultural labor force. ASALs and the livestock sector are therefore critical to the nation's food security and economy. To actualize the bottom-up economic transformation agenda in relation to the livestock sector, the government is focusing on commercializing and reforming the sector and improving livestock performance. Our commercialization agenda has given priority to leather, dairy, and red meat value chains under projects like the Livestock Commercialization Project, which supports 110,000 vulnerable youth and women-led livestock-dependent households in 10 counties around Kenya. The project has developed solar-powered boreholes and water pans, rehabilitated several livestock markets and slaughterhouses, bred thousands of animals, provided agricultural equipment, pasture and fodder seeds, and trained the youth in animal health in different parts and many counties in the Republic of Kenya. We are invested in developing our leather subsector to support competitive export industries supporting many thriving enterprises and households. In this connection, we have committed to implement strategies aimed at increasing incomes from 15 billion to 120 billion a year, multiplying job opportunities from 17,000 to 100,000, and raising annual footwear production from the current 8 million shoes to 36 million pairs, worth 72 billion by 2027. I have made this commitment that shortly we will not be importing shoes from anywhere. We will be wearing our own shoes, made in Kenya, using our own leather. It is essential to our strategy that we transform the leather value chain from one driven by exports of raw material and semi-processed products to a sophisticated industry manufacturing internationally competitive finished leather and leather products, thus mopping up all the 3 million hides and 18 million skins produced every year. We are developing local capacity to handle hides and skins to provide quality raw material, turning as well as the local manufacturing of finished leather goods such as shoes, bags, belts, and others. Financially, our commitments are as follows. Kenya shillings 400 million has been allocated to upgrade the Ewaso Nyiro South Development Authority's leather factory. 200 million of the funds will be used to acquire modern equipment. Kenya shillings 100 million to build a footwear factory, and Kenya shillings 100 million to mop up hides and skins in different counties. Machinery for increasing processing capacity at factory has already been procured and installed. To supply quality hides and skins, 700 flayers have been trained and subsidized flaying equipment provided to 680 slaughter points around the country. At the same time, construction of the Kenya Leather Industrial Park at Kenanie, Machakos County is 85% complete. This park will have a common affluent treatment plant, 2 tanneries, 2 leather manufacturing plants, and 100 acres for investors to set up leather factories by the end of this year. In the dairy sector, we are committed to enhancing annual milk production from 5.1 billion liters to 10 billion liters by 2027, raising the market share of processed and formally marketed milk from 30% to 50%. This will lead to an increase of processed milk exports of 1 billion liters a year by 2027. The value of processed milk increased by 7.5% from 755 million liters in 2022 to 812 million liters in 2023. Kenya shilling 600 million was released last week to new KCC to pay farmers promptly as part of the buildup of the Milk Revolving Fund, which is estimated to be 3 billion shillings by the end of this financial year. The government's 6-point plan for the dairy industry covers, among others, installing milk coolers in dairy cooperatives, providing tax incentives, reducing trade barriers, and establishing a dairy stabilization revolving fund to manage milk surpluses and deficits, and prompting higher national milk consumption to improve health, especially the growth and development of our children. The government's intervention in the red meat value chain are similarly robust and have led to an increase of 8.6% in meat exports from 15,000 metric tons valued at 9 billion in 2022 to 16,000 metric tons valued at 10 billion this year. There has also been a 42% growth in the export of live animals from 33,000 animals in 2022 to 47,000 animals in 2023. The government will build 450 fenced feedlots in 31 counties, working with counties to increase annual red meat production by an additional 110,000 metric tons, valued at 54 billion by the end of this year. To sustain high livestock performance, several interventions have been undertaken with the aim of improving genetics, eliminating feed water supply constraints, disease and barriers to market access. Key actions include the implementation of a countrywide breed improvement program in collaboration with counties to upgrade dairy and beef breeds across Kenya. In 2023, the Kenya Animal Genetics Resource Center provided farmers with 900,000 doses of bull semen with the aim of increasing production and productivity. I have directed that the cost of sex semen be brought down from Kenya shillings 8,000 to Kenya shillings 3,000, which will enable dairy farmers to increase their production and productivity of milk. Likewise, a goat artificial insemination station and animal husbandry and industry training institute in Domba, Kirinyaga County has produced 48,000 doses of goat semen and trained 80 goat inseminators. Veterinary services are essential to safeguard animal and human health, improve animal welfare and productivity, and ensure the production of safe, high-quality animals, and thus promote food security and domestic as well as international trade. I want our livestock farmers to work with confidence and rest assured of consistent, reliable, and efficient provision of vaccines. In 2023, the modernized Kenya Veterinary Vaccine Production Institute produced 35 million doses of assorted livestock vaccines. To enhance livestock disease and pest management, the government is launching a national vaccination program to eradicate the PPR disease and control the foot and mouth disease. I want to ask all counties, because we are going to provide the vaccines. Under this program, more than 22 million cattle will be vaccinated against foot and mouth disease, while 50 million goats will be vaccinated through a collaborative nationwide exercise undertaken by government, partners, and our counties. Ladies and gentlemen, the government will provide vaccines and facilitate vaccination while county governments will provide the logistical support and human resource. 1,500 veterinary surgeons and 6,000 animal health assistants will provide health and husbandry services to our farmers in a collaborative effort between the national and the county government. To facilitate the holistic development of the livestock sector and anchor all our value chains in a sustainable strategic platform, the government is implementing several policies and legislative reforms and improvements to transform the livestock sector, guide training institutions, and provide a predictable environment to attract investment across all these sectors. These frameworks include the veterinary policy, livestock bill, livestock master plan, food safety policy, and food safety coordination bill. All these are at various stages of consideration by Cabinet and Parliament. To guarantee sustainable availability of well-trained, highly skilled, and knowledgeable workforce needed by the sector, 1,000